I would like to talk about the fake gun shop that's been in the news lately. The Brady campaign, in conjunction with the city of New York, with written authorization, opened up a fake gun shop in every sense of the word in New York City. Now, the first clue to the trained eye was everything on the wall behind the salesman was banned in New York City in 1991, when New York City introduced the beta version of the SAFE Act. Okay? Any rifle holding more than 5 rounds, any shotgun holding more than 5 rounds in New York City is law enforcement only. In spite of the federal ruling that said the magazine capacity is 10, they're still practicing the old ways. Okay? I mean, friggin' Uzis and shit. Okay? So any gun owner, if it was a gun shop in Georgia or Florida, you wouldn't notice. But any gun owner knows that a gun shop in New York City post 1991 is not going to be carrying Uzis and standard capacity magazines and ARs and stuff like that. The guns were actually, I think, airsoft or fake. They were fake guns. Now let's put this into perspective. Well, first of all, if you have written authorization from the city or the police department, you can conduct one of those operations, okay? If I'm selling drugs, I'm committing a crime. But if I'm a member of the police department on an authorized sting and I'm selling drugs, I'm not committing a crime. It's that sort of thing. Now, there was a gentleman who owned one of those corner stores in New York City. You know, the little small store in the corner where you just go to buy something real quick and everything's cheap. Okay? He was selling toy guns. This is a while ago. He was selling toy guns. Federal law says that nowadays, in order to have a toy gun, you have to have the orange muzzle accessory so you know it's fake. In my day, we didn't have that. We had regular fucking black guns. New York City law says toy guns have to be fluorescent colors and all this faggy shit. This gentleman, whose toy guns were in line with federal law, was found guilty of violating New York City's toy gun law about fluorescent colors on guns, and he was fined out of business. Okay, they gave him fines to the point he was out of business. He couldn't pay his bills, he couldn't pay his staff, he had to leave the business because the fines were so heavy. He was fined per toy gun X amount of dollars, and it was just in the thousands, tens of thousands. But I guess we got a letter from the city saying it's okay, it's okay. So this guy has fake guns that look real. I thought they were real until I saw a World War II era 1911 with the extractor on the outside. Then I knew that was fake. You know, no World War II 1911 has an extractor on the outside. Only Smith & Wesson and SIG 1911s had the extractor on the outside. So, yeah. Now, what happens is you go in to buy a gun, and every single model in the case was linked to a crime. This is the exact gun Adam Lanza used. This is the exact gun a 5-year-old used when they accidentally pulled the trigger and killed his little brother. And it was basically gun shaming. Now, I could bring you to a car dealership, and I could point out the 1968 Mustang that was used to kill a girl in a drag race. I could point out the minivan that was used in one of the worst car accidents in American history in Putnam County, New York. A minivan. So I can point at any car in any lot and say, that car was used by this drunk driver, that car was used by this drag racer, that car was used by this speeder. Okay? I could also take any swimming pool model. You go to the swimming pool place, you pick out the model you want, and you have the construction crew install your swimming pool. I could pick out any swimming pool model in the world, and I can tell you a kid to drown in it. Okay, so any inanimate object, I can show you a hammer, and I can say this is the exact hammer that was used by this guy to kill his girlfriend. So it's any inanimate object. And they don't think about, well, this is the gun that John Basilone used at Henderson Field. This is the gun that Gina Sam used at the Temple shooting. They don't say, well, the good guy also used this gun. No, they only focus on the guns the bad guy used or the kid used when you got a hold of the gun. Now, the salesman looks very familiar to some people. And that's because he is. The salesman was an actor. Now, video games, I played video games. My last video game was Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 in late 2007. You got the new video game consoles every year, new video games every year, and I had gone back to school. Then you got guns, comic books, bills. I got to pay off student loans, so video games are a thing of my past. I'm not playing anymore because no time to keep up, no money to keep up, okay? So video games are a thing of my past. But I played violent video games. I played the games because I liked them. If it happened to be violent, then it happened to be violent. But I played it because I liked it. And I did play a couple of Mortal Kombats, I'm not going to lie. I did play a couple of shooting games. You know, the first shooting game was Duck Hunt. But when you play a video game, 99 times out of 100, you're playing the good guy, fighting the bad guys. Mortal Kombat, you could be Liu Kang, or you could be Shang Tsung. Okay? So, certain violent video games, you're the good guy fighting the bad guy. Certain violent video games, you're allowed to fight as the bad guy against the good guy. Okay? The Mortal Kombat series had so many playable characters, good versus evil, you could just play forever. So, but the Grand Theft Auto series is a series where you do nothing but play as the bad guy. And you don't play as the bad guy as in a mystical sorcerer fighting against the good guy in a tournament to the death. You fight against the good guy in a real world situation. You take realistic guns and kill people. You can do robberies, you can do drug deals, you can do prostitutes, you can do torture, okay? You can do anything you want. Literally. Now, Grand Theft Auto 5, the salesman in the fake gun store plays a character. Now, even back in Mortal Kombat 1 in 1993, they would have live actors filmed and digitized into the computer game. That's why it looks so real, because it really is a human being being filmed and digitized. This actor played a character in Grand Theft Auto 5. And I'm going to put a link to this video down below. I'm also going to put a link to a couple of Grand Theft Auto 5 videos. Now, Skeet Ulrich said, movies don't create psychos, movies make psychos more creative. Just because you play a psycho in a video game and kill people in a video game doesn't always mean you're going to do it in real life. There are people that play violent video games and then say, hey, let's do that in real life. Like Kindergarten Killers, which was Adam Lanza's favorite game. You go and you shoot kindergarten kids. But for every one kid that goes crazy over a fucking video game and kills a whole bunch of people, there's 10,000 kids that did. So I'm not going to blame the video game entirely. I'm not going to blame society. But I am going to say that Grand Theft Auto 5 is a very violent video game, mature audiences only, and one of the things you get to do is take realistic assault weapons, standard capacity magazines, weapons of war, and kill police officers. And there is a segment in Grand Theft Auto 5 where the player is taking out a whole arsenal of guns, running through the street, killing police officers. Here's the problem. You're an actor, okay, and let's face it, you watch The Getaway, Steve McQueen shot at cops with a shotgun, okay? You watch all these movies where you kill cops and the bad guys, you know, Robert De Niro was Jimmy Burke, Joe Pesci was Tommy DeSimone. Yeah. But you're an actor and you make money starring in a game where I get to take assault weapons and kill cops. I can kill cops, I can steal their cop car away in it. Yeah. I can carjack civilians, I can just shoot a fucking person in the head at point blank range and kill them, and then throw their body out of the car and get inside of myself. So you're gonna make money filming a video game where I get to kill any innocent person that I want. But in real life, if I choose to buy a firearm to defend myself against real bad guys that kill people in real life, You're gonna shame me. Okay? You know, I wish hypocrisy was a terminal illness, because if hypocrisy was a terminal illness, all these motherfuckers would die. Thank you.